We now welcome Lisa Nichols, a motivational speaker, advocate of personal empowerment. She's a teacher of The Secret, the Law of Attraction. What do you make of what we just heard?
Well, you know, Larry, it's not surprising. When we have something that breathes so much hope and so much faith into a people, you have to have those who say it can't be so. When we empower individuals to really take their own destiny in their hands, that's new. You know, as John said, it's something new. It's something hard, a pill that's hard to swallow for some.
But isn't hope something always appealing to somebody? I mean, the snake oil salesman sold hope. Take this and you're going to be all right.
Right. Absolutely. I think that hope is something that we are deprived of in many ways, and we come from a society that really breathes life into fear-based thinking. And so when you think possibility and creation and that I can drive my future, all of a sudden people have to say, wait, whoa, we can't do quite that, because we're so used to being driven. We're so used to being told how we can think. And so when you give someone the power to design your own destiny, for some that's just too much to digest.
How'd you get it?
You know, I lived it. I lived it first. I didn't study quantum physics. I didn't study the background. I didn't study any of that. In my life, it was called no matter what. No matter what, born and raised in South Central Los Angeles, having 3 fights a week to get home from school, you know, being labeled academically challenged, being considered poor by a lot of people. I didn't know I was poor, but the society said I was. And knowing, no matter what, that I had a right to be joyful.
An email question from Donna in Baltimore. How do you explain the person who wins the lottery but says he never ever believed he'd win versus somebody who practices the law of attraction every day to attract large sums of money, truly believes he'll receive it, who can feel it, see it passionately, but gets no results? What is he doing wrong?
Well, the lotto winner is lucky, period.
Luck is around, too.
Yeah, luck is around. And some people get lucky. And again, many of the lotto winners, I think 100% of them actually, you know, are in more debt than they were before they started because they weren't prepared for that. But the person that believes in that they'll get wealth, are they applying action to it? You can't just believe it. You can't just sit back and think it's going to happen. You have to get up and do. You know, on The Secret, you see Jack Canfield visualizing a $100,000 bill on the ceiling. Well, it was in the shower as he was getting dressed on his way to go to work to make that happen that he got the idea of how to create that form of wealth. So it's not just a hokey-pokey sprinkle fairy dust, you know, come with a magic wand concept. It is something that where when you ask the universe to give you something, you ask God to give you an idea, you have to do something with that idea.
The new issue of People magazine has an article entitled The Secret, Salvation or Hype. How would you answer that?
You know, I believe that...
Which one?
I believe that that The Secret breathes hope. And what I do know is that in Proverbs, it talks about so a man thinketh he is. In Matthew, it says if you ask and you believe in your prayers, then you will receive it. So it is, one, absolutely from the base of what God has planned for us, that we have the right to live an abundant life. That's not non-negotiable. That's a fact. Now, if we choose to have that life, that's on us. Now, I believe that when we choose to live a life of abundance and joy, peace, happiness, then that feels much better than if we choose to live a life in scarcity. And you'll have doubters.
You have strong Christian faith. Does that conflict with this?
No, for me, it doesn't, because I searched this to make sure that God was all through it. I mean, my commitment to God is stronger than anything.
Let's get a call in. Virginia Beach, Virginia. Hello.
Hello. I have a question. I have gotten the video, and I've watched it, and my question actually is directed at Lisa, because I noticed quite a few times in the video she said that health can be guaranteed, relationships can be guaranteed, and she used the word guaranteed a lot. And my question is, what about young children? A child who is too young to make choices or think positively or attract anything, and they come down with cancer, or they're beaten by their parents or something like that. How do you explain that can happen when they have not put out any kind of energy?
Sure, absolutely. As John mentioned earlier, there are some things in the universe that happen that we may not like, we may not love, and seem so incredibly unfair. That's one of those things. And like John mentioned, it's balancing. I know that with children, many times as a child, they don't ask for anything to come upon them. They don't ask for anything to occur in their lives. They pretty much are simply inside of an experience. So in that case, they're not attracting that to them necessarily. They're not creating that reality for themselves. But those are the things that happen. You know, I believe that we all have muscles. We have we have the opportunity to develop our patience muscle. We have the opportunity to develop our surrender muscle. I've talked to many people who've had a situation with a health challenge, and they were actually grateful for it because it taught them something. That we're not all meant to be fit and healthy with 2 arms, 2 legs, and you know, that's just not how, you know, the universe works. That we are learned, we're taught compassion, we're taught acceptance, we're taught forgiveness, we're taught release, we're taught surrender through a myriad of experiences. And so I believe that in those circumstances, we're taught different lessons and different muscles in us are being developed. And so while I don't think children bring that on themselves, I think that's an opportunity for us as a society to increase our compassion.
You think you can prolong life by thinking in the world of attraction?
I think you can enjoy the journey much better, Larry, when you are inside of positive feelings, you're inside of a good vibration, you're inside of a good energy. I know people who think so powerfully and send out such a great energy that they're enjoying every moment of their life, while I've seen others that they have such a negative energy that 50 years is too long when you're not happy. 30 years is too long when you're not happy. The day seems like it's 48 hours in a day when you have a negative energy around you. Versus when you have a powerful energy, you can't wait to get up. You can't wait to be inside relationship. So while, you know, prolonging life, I'm not sure, but I do know that you can enjoy the journey much better when you're in positive energy.